You know, one of our mentors is Richard Bowles.
Yes.
From What Color Is Your Parachute? I sometimes have people that have read through that whole book. They've done every exercise. I'm in the back of the book under the state of Pennsylvania for career counseling, which I'm very flattered that he put me in. And they still can't figure it out, and they undergo counseling. What do you think is missing from reading a book that's teaching you how to make a career decision versus the process with a counselor, a professional counselor?
Well, you know, the book is good, very good.
It's very good.
However, it's hard to do career work in isolation. It really is.
Okay.
And I think that one reason people will come to see a career counselor is to have a dialogue, to get feedback. And not that we're going to give a client or a student the answer. That's not what we do. But we're there to provide guidance as to how to move through to the next step. What are some ideas? What are your strengths that I'm observing? And, you know, so in isolation, someone doesn't get that feedback.
So we're really a good backboard for
Yeah, good
people.
sounding board.
Sounding board, if
Yes.
you will. It's interesting because when I Googled how many people were happily employed in the United States, probably I just know it was an error, Ruth, because it said 85% of Americans are happily employed. And there's just no way that number is correct. So I know that you have the latest research and stat on that. Could you tell us what's going on? What's the straight scoop,
It's
please?
amazing. Well, I knew that I had heard that 2/3 of workers were not happy at work, and that 15% hated going to work. And I thought, who said that? I have to look this up. And it was Dave Evans and Bill Burnett in their book, Designing Your Life. And, you know, they're Stanford professors. They came out of Silicon Valley. I don't think they were making this up, although it's hard to believe that 15% of workers hate what they do. And 2/3 aren't so happy.
Yes. You mean 15% like what they do?
Hate what they do.
Oh, hate it.
Yeah. And from their point of view, 2/3 are not so happy.
Yeah.
You know?
And then you throw on top of the incompetency at the managerial level. So you have managers that are in positions that have no business being there. They have no business supervising people.
Right.
And that happens quite a bit.
It does.
Yes.
And I think one thing that makes a lot of people very unhappy in a work situation is never getting any acknowledgement.
Oh, the recognition, the
right.
attaboy.
Right.
Some people,
Even
some
though-
people don't care about money. They just want someone to recognize they're doing a good job.
Even though, you know, people are killing themselves and they're just not getting any recognition.
Yes.